In the vastness of the galactic expanse, calm and routine were shattered in an instant. For decades, the Council of Worlds had maintained a fragile peace. Fleets patrolled borders, diplomats negotiated treaties, and scientific outposts pushed the boundaries of known space. Yet, all that stability came under threat when entire star systems suddenly went dark. Communication blackouts spread like wildfire. Military signals stopped responding without warning. Reports flooded into the council chambers. Ships of unknown origins, sleek, black, and seemingly intangible, had appeared in multiple sectors at once. No one had detected their approach. No sensors had picked up their signatures. These were not ordinary warships. They moved through space, as if the laws of physics themselves bent to their will. In the border system of Materis, Admiral Talvin had been leading a routine patrol with a squadron of cruisers when the first attack occurred. His ships had been monitoring a suspected smuggler convoy, and everything seemed under control. Then, without warning, his fleet's sensors flickered and went silent. From the darkness, shapes emerged silent, fast, and deadly. The Materis cruisers never had a chance. Talvin's last transmission was a single chilling message. There, not there. They appear and vanish like shadows. By the time backup fleets arrived, the Matari system was in ruins. The pirate convoy had vanished, the cruisers were obliterated, and the attackers had disappeared without a trace. The council convened an emergency session. The Grand Hall, usually a place of measured debate and careful diplomacy, was alive with tension and confusion. Representatives from dozens of species gathered, their faces grave. "Who are these warships?" demanded Councillor Reyna, the sharp-tongued diplomat from the Andari system. "Why have they chosen to strike now? And why do they use technology no one recognizes?" Speculation ran wild. Some believed it was a rogue faction experimenting with forbidden technology. Others whispered of ancient weapons reawakened from the galaxy's forgotten past. But no one could explain how these ships defied detection, slipping through sensor grids like ghosts. Then came the unexpected news. The transmissions intercepted from one of the attackers carried a signature one that matched Earth. Once a backwater world in the galactic hierarchy, humanity had long been underestimated. Their culture was young, their technology unremarkable compared to ancient civilizations. But now, they were at the center of a mystery that shook the council to its core. Earth's representative, Ambassador Vera Chen, stepped forward. Her expression was calm, almost serene amid the storm of questions. "Yes," she confirmed. "These warships are ours." A stunned silence followed. "How?" Councillor Reyna asked. "How did humanity develop such technology without the Council's knowledge?" Ambassador Chen smiled faintly. "Necessity is the mother of invention. For centuries, humanity observed the galaxy's endless conflicts and dangers. We chose a path of secrecy, not to threaten, but to protect ourselves and those we care about." She revealed that humanity had harnessed dark matter, the invisible substance that made up much of the universe but remained elusive to science. Through years of research and experimentation, they had learned to manipulate it, creating warships capable of warping through space, cloaking their presence, and striking with overwhelming force. The revelation sent shockwaves through the council chambers. Some members expressed disbelief. Others, admiration. The idea that a young species had achieved what countless others had failed to was both inspiring and frightening. Councillor Thaler of the Vestron Collective spoke cautiously. "If this technology exists, then it changes the balance of power. We must understand it and ensure it is not used to dominate or destroy." Ambassador Chen nodded. "We do not seek war. Our weapons were created as a deterrent, a means to defend ourselves when diplomacy fails. We are willing to answer your questions and demonstrate our commitment to peace." But not all were convinced. As the council debated, whispers of fear and suspicion spread throughout the galaxy. Some feared that humanity's secret weapon would spark a new arms race. Others plotted to uncover the technology for themselves, willing to risk war to seize its power. Meanwhile, the dark matter warships remained elusive. Their presence a constant reminder that the galaxy had changed overnight. Above the council chambers, distant stars shone cold and indifferent. The unseen armada was watching, and the galaxy's fate hung in the balance. The grand chamber of the Galactic Council was unlike any other meeting hall in the known universe. A towering dome of shimmering crystal and metal, it was designed to inspire unity and trust among the galaxy's most powerful civilizations. But on this day, the air inside was thick with tension. Ambassador Vera Chen stood at the center podium, flanked by a contingent of human scientists, military officers, and diplomats. The counselors from dozens of species waited expectantly, some with narrowed eyes, others with crossed arms. Questions, doubts, and fears filled the room like an electric current. The council had demanded answers, and humanity was about to deliver. Esteemed members of the Galactic Council, Vera began, her voice steady but commanding. We understand. The shock and confusion our sudden appearance has caused. 'Tis not our desire to alarm or threaten, but to explain. For centuries, humanity has quietly developed technology that harnesses dark matter, the elusive substance that forms the unseen framework of the universe. She gestured to Dr. Elias Moreno, the lead scientist on the project, who stepped forward with a holographic display. The glowing image showed swirling fields of energy, warped space-time, and schematics of the dark matter warships. Through years of research, near black holes, and other cosmic phenomena, Dr. Moreno explained, we discovered how to manipulate dark matter to create warships capable of shifting their mass and phasing through normal space. This grants our vessels stealth beyond any known cloak, extreme speed, and powerful energy weapons that can disrupt conventional defenses. Gasps and murmurs rippled through the council chamber. The idea of bending space itself was no longer theory, it was reality. Counselor Reyna raised her hand, her expression skeptical. If this technology is so advanced, why did humanity keep it secret? Why unleash it now? Vera met her gaze evenly. Because the galaxy is changing. Threats grow beyond old boundaries. We chose secrecy to avoid panic and reckless escalation. But recent attacks on human colonies by pirate fleets and hostile factions forced our hand. The dark matter warships are a shield, not a sword. Counselor Thalor of the Vestron Collective leaned forward. Shield or not, such power disrupts the balance of the Council's peace. How can we trust that humanity will not use it for domination? A subtle smile played on Vera's lips. Trust must be earned, not demanded. We are ready to work with. The Council share knowledge under strict agreements and join efforts to secure peace and prosperity for all. The room fell into uneasy silence. Suddenly, a holographic map appeared above the podium, showing recent attacks across multiple sectors. Each was marked by a swift, decisive strike, human dark matter warships, eliminating pirate strongholds, disrupting illegal weapon shipments, and defending vulnerable colonies. These are not acts of aggression, Vera continued, but targeted. Responses to threats no other power could neutralize. We offer transparency and cooperation, but we will not stand idle while our people suffer. Counselor Varric, representing the warrior species of Kalter, crossed his arms. Many will see this as a threat to their sovereignty. The question remains, are these weapons only defensive? Or is humanity prepared to fight a war? Vera's expression hardened just slightly. We fight only when necessary. Our true strength lies in our resolve to prevent war. If we fail, however, The consequences will be dire. The debate intensified as factions voiced their concerns. Some praised humanity's innovation and bravery. Others warned of the dangers of unchecked power in young hands. Several secretive delegates quietly prepared contingency plans, determined to acquire the technology by any means. Amid the swirling politics, a voice rose from the back of the chamber. "Let us not forget," said Elder Siltra of the Shalari, a species known for wisdom and patience, "that the galaxy has often been changed by those who dared to innovate. We must decide whether humanity's gift is a new dawn or a dark turning point." Vera nodded. "We ask only for a chance to prove ourselves." As the council prepared for hours of debate, Ambassador Chen and her team began planning demonstrations and joint missions to build trust. They knew the path ahead would be difficult, but they also believed that humanity's leap forward could help shape a better future. Outside the council chambers, the stars continued to blaze silently. Somewhere beyond dark matter, warships moved unseen, ready for whatever came next. The news of humanity's dark matter warships spread across the galaxy like a supernova's flash, brilliant, overwhelming, and impossible to ignore. Every major world, every bustling space station, and every quiet outpost received the reports. The revelation that Earth had not only survived but thrived, wielding technology far beyond the Council's understanding, shook the foundations of galactic society in the great commercial hub of Terralon Prime. Merchant guilds debated the implications. If human ships can move undetected and strike with such precision, how can we protect our trade routes? Asked Gerald, a seasoned trader. We'll need to rethink security or risk losing everything. Meanwhile, in the militarized zones of Vexor 4, generals pored over tactical analyses. The dark matter warships rendered traditional defenses obsolete. Shield grids failed to lock on. Tracking systems were blinded. The very concept of engagement had shifted overnight. "We faced many threats," General Corrin growled. "But this is something new. Humanity's rise is a game changer." Across the political capitals of the galaxy, fear mingled with grudging respect. Old rivalries flared anew as species scrambled to understand how humanity's breakthrough would reshape power balances. Some sought alliances with Earth, hoping to share in the new strength. Others saw an existential threat in the depths of the star empire of Zandra. Secret councils convened. "The humans have upset the natural order," declared Chancellor Valax. "We cannot allow this to continue unchecked. Their technology must be neutralized or acquired." Espionage and sabotage attempts surged as agents from rival powers targeted human research facilities and diplomatic missions. Yet, humanity remained unshaken, using their dark matter warships to protect key outposts and diplomats with unprecedented efficiency. Back at the Galactic Council, the atmosphere was electric. Ambassador Vera Chen stood before the assembly once more, ready to face a chorus of voices clamoring for answers and action. "We recognize the galaxy's concern," she began. "But we ask for calm and cooperation. Our technology was born from the need to survive in a hostile universe. We offer peace, not conquest." Her words resonated with some council members, but fell on skeptical ears elsewhere. A faction led by Councillor Rexer of the Draxian clans pushed for strict limitations on humanity's fleet, arguing that such power concentrated in one species risked destabilizing the galaxy. "Containment and oversight must be enforced," Rexer insisted. "We cannot afford to wait until it is too late." Others, like Councillor Lyra of the Helian Collective, advocated for engagement. Humanity's discovery could unlock new frontiers for all of us. Let us explore shared knowledge and build a stronger alliance. Debates raged late into the galactic night, reflecting the turmoil of a galaxy at a crossroads. In private chambers, secret agreements formed as some powers courted Earth's favor, eager to access the dark matter technology. Amid this political storm, humanity's diplomats remained steady. They initiated educational exchanges and opened limited access to their research, inviting scientists from other worlds to learn and collaborate. Trust, they believed, would grow from transparency and cooperation at the same time. The dark matter warships continued their silent patrols. In sectors threatened by piracy and chaos, human fleets struck swiftly, dismantling criminal operations with surgical precision. News of these victories inspired hope among the galaxy's vulnerable, yet fueled anxiety among the powerful. The galaxy was witnessing a profound shift, one born not just of advanced technology, but of humanity's boldness to claim its place. Among the stars, in the bustling city of Nova Prime on Earth, Ambassador Chen reviewed the latest council communications with her team. "We have allies," she said thoughtfully, but also many watchful eyes. "This is just the beginning. We must be prepared for the challenges ahead." Outside, the planet's twin moons cast a pale glow on the horizon. Far beyond, dark matter warships waited silently, their hulls shimmering with the promise of a new era, one where humanity's strength might either unite or divide the galaxy. In a high-security conference room, aboard the Galactic Council's flagship, a hush fell over the assembly as Dr. Elias Moreno prepared to reveal the core of humanity's astonishing breakthrough. The air was thick with anticipation. Decades of wonder, fear, and curiosity culminated in this moment. Dr. Moreno, a middle-aged scientist with sharp eyes and a calm demeanor, began with a simple truth. Dark matter has been a mystery to the galaxy for centuries. We know it forms the vast, invisible scaffolding holding galaxies together. Yet, until recently, no civilization had the ability to harness or manipulate it. He gestured to the holographic display before the counselors. Wisps of glowing blue and violet energy twisted and shifted in three-dimensional patterns, revealing the elusive nature of dark matter interacting with normal space. Humanity's breakthrough came from decades of studying cosmic phenomena, especially near black holes, Moreno explained. By observing the distortions in space-time caused by these massive objects, our researchers discovered how to stabilize and channel dark matter energy. The counselors leaned closer, eyes fixed on the swirling holograms. Moreno continued, "Our warships are built around dark matter cores that can alter their mass and phase. This lets the ships shift partially out of normal space, rendering them nearly invisible to sensors and immune to conventional attacks." A murmur rippled through the room. The implications were staggering. Counselor Thaler raised a hand, voice filled with awe. "To bend reality itself, to phase through matter. This defies all known physics." "How reliable is this technology?" Moreno nodded. "It is still new and requires precise control. Our crews undergo intense training to synchronize with the dark matter cores. The ships can sustain phased movement for limited periods before needing to recalibrate." He switched the display to schematics of a dark matter warship's interior. Layers of advanced shielding surrounded the core, while the hull was embedded with sensors tuned to detect fluctuations in dark matter fields. "These ships are not only stealthy, but also agile," Moreno said. "They can accelerate faster than any known propulsion system and generate energy pulses capable of disrupting enemy vessels at a molecular level." Counselor Lyra's eyes sparkled with curiosity. "Have you tested these ships in battle conditions?" Moreno smiled slightly. "We have. Several recent engagements against pirate fleets and hostile factions demonstrated the warship's effectiveness. The results were decisive and swift." The room grew quiet as everyone absorbed the enormity of the revelation. "Ambassador." Chen then stepped forward to address the political concerns. "We understand the gravity of this technology. That is why humanity has not used it recklessly or for conquest. Our goal is to safeguard our colonies and deter aggression. she added. We are prepared to work with the Council to establish safeguards and share knowledge under controlled conditions. This technology can help usher in a new era of peace, but only if used responsibly. Counselor Reyna, still wary, asked, what prevents this power from falling into the wrong hands? Could other species replicate your findings? Moreno responded, our research depends on a combination of unique cosmic phenomena and advanced technology that is not easily duplicated. We will collaborate with Council scientists to ensure the knowledge is protected and used for the common good. The debate that followed was intense but hopeful. Some counselors expressed admiration for humanity's ingenuity, seeing this as a turning point for the entire galaxy. Others cautioned patience and vigilance. Outside the conference room, news of the dark matter secret leaked quickly. Across distant worlds, scientists and strategists scrambled to understand what this meant for the future. In a hidden laboratory on the fringe planet of Solara, an alien researcher studied stolen data fragments. If humanity has unlocked dark matter, she whispered, then our old alliances and power structures may soon collapse. Meanwhile, aboard a dark matter warship orbiting Earth, Captain Alina Morrow stared at the stars. She thought about the challenges ahead, diplomacy, potential conflict, and the responsibility of wielding such power. Her crew prepared for upcoming missions that would test not only their technology, but the very fate of the galaxy. As the galaxy held its breath, humanity's dark matter warships shimmered in the void, symbols of hope, fear, and a future yet to be written. The council chambers buzzed with tension as the debate reached a critical turning point. The revelations about humanity's dark matter technology had unsettled even the most seasoned diplomats. Now, the question looming over every discussion was simple but heavy. What would the galaxy do with this newfound power? Ambassador Vera Chen rose to speak once more, her voice steady and clear. Esteemed members of the Galactic Council, humanity understands the concerns raised. The discovery and deployment of dark matter technology were not decisions made lightly. We did so out of necessity, to protect ourselves and those who depend on us. She paused, letting her words settle over the assembly. Today, we offer a bold proposal to share this technology with the Council under strict safeguards and joint oversight. Together, we can ensure it serves as a tool for peace and stability, rather than domination. Murmurs filled the room. Some counselors exchanged uncertain glances. Others whispered fervently to their aides. Counselor Lyra was the first to respond. A shared approach could break the cycle of fear and suspicion. If the technology is accessible under controlled conditions, the galaxy might move beyond endless conflict. But Counselor Rexer shook his head, his sharp voice cutting through the murmurs. Sharing such power is dangerous. Our enemies will exploit any weakness. This technology could shift the balance of power too drastically. How do we ensure it is not used against us? Ambassador Chen nodded thoughtfully. That is why we propose a governance council composed of representatives from every member species. All research, production, and deployment of dark matter warships would be transparent and jointly managed. No single power would have unilateral control. The counselors looked intrigued but wary. Counselor Reyna spoke next, her tone skeptical. And what of the risk that hostile factions outside the council will attempt to steal or replicate this technology? How can joint oversight prevent sabotage or espionage? Dr. Elias Moreno stepped forward to address these fears. Our facilities are among the most secure in the galaxy, protected by layered defenses and the very technology we seek to share. Additionally, we propose creating rapid response teams, equipped with dark matter warships to protect research stations and prevent unauthorized access. As Moreno spoke, a holographic projection illustrated the proposed framework, a network of research hubs spread across multiple worlds, overseen by a multinational council and guarded by specialized fleets. The vision was ambitious, yet the risks were undeniable. In private corridors, political factions maneuvered. Some saw this proposal as a path to peace and shared prosperity. Others viewed it as a trap, a way for humanity to spread influence under the guise of cooperation, on the edge of the known galaxy. Zandra's Chancellor Velax conferred with advisors. We must act swiftly to either block this plan or gain access for ourselves. If the humans' offer succeeds, our influence will diminish. Meanwhile, humanity's diplomats worked tirelessly to build trust. Ambassador Chen personally reached out to leaders of key species, emphasizing the mutual benefits of cooperation. She also invited representatives to visit Earth's primary research facility, allowing them to witness the technology firsthand. Back on Earth, Captain Alina Morrow prepared her crew for the increased diplomatic missions and joint exercises planned under the new proposal. This is more than a technology transfer, she told her officers. It's a test of our ability to lead, to inspire trust, and to protect the galaxy's future. The day of the council vote arrived. The chamber was packed, the weight of the decision palpable. Votes would determine whether the galaxy embraced cooperation or braced for division. One by one, representatives cast their votes. The outcome was uncertain until the final tally illuminated across the chamber. The proposal passed, but narrowly. Cheers and sighs of relief echoed alongside cautious whispers. Humanity's bold offer had sparked a new chapter, but the path ahead remained fraught with challenges. Outside the council's dome, stars glimmered quietly as if acknowledging the galaxy's fragile hope. In distant sectors, dark matter warships moved with renewed purpose, symbols not just of power, but of possibility. Though the council's vote had passed, ushering in an unprecedented era of cooperation, shadows of doubt still crept through the galaxy's political landscape. The fragile alliance built around humanity's dark matter technology was as much a test of trust as it was of diplomacy. In the weeks following the vote, Ambassador Vera Chen and her team worked tirelessly to establish the Joint Governance Council. Representatives from diverse species gathered on the neutral world of Caladros Prime, a sprawling city of glass and steel set against vast crystal plains. The inaugural meeting was a tense affair. Delegates took their seats around a circular dais, the symbol of unity. Yet the air was thick with suspicion. Councillor Rexer of the Draxian clans spoke first. We must be vigilant. History shows that great power invites betrayal. Ambassador Chen nodded. Agreed. That is why transparency and accountability are our foundation. Together, we will oversee all aspects of dark matter research and defense. Still, not all parties were so willing to trust. During private sessions, whispers of dissent grew louder. Some factions believed humanity's motives were not purely defensive but aimed at galactic dominance. In the shadowed corridors of Caladros Prime, a secret meeting took place. Representatives from several species, including agents loyal to Chancellor Velax of Zandra, convened in hushed tones. If humanity controls the dark matter cores, Velax's envoy whispered, then they hold the keys to power. We must accelerate our own research or find ways to disrupt theirs. Back at the council headquarters, Dr. Elias Moreno and his team faced new challenges. Sabotage attempts against research facilities had increased, forcing scientists to work under heightened security. Despite the dangers, they pushed forward, determined to refine the technology and adapt it for joint use. Captain Alina Morrow's fleet, now integrated with allies from multiple species, conducted patrols along critical trade routes. These missions tested not only their combat readiness, but the ability to work across cultures and languages. During a routine patrol in the Tari sector, Morrow's flagship received a distress signal from a coalition freighter under attack by an unknown raider fleet. Deploying their dark matter warships, the task force struck swiftly, neutralizing the threat with minimal casualties. The victory was a morale boost, but it also highlighted the ongoing dangers. The galaxy was still rife with opportunists and extremists unwilling to accept the new order. Meanwhile, Ambassador Chen received troubling reports from Earth's intelligence networks. A mysterious group, calling themselves the Shadow Veil, had begun targeting diplomatic convoys and research outposts. Linked to the dark matter program, the Veil operated from hidden bases in uncharted space, striking with precision and vanishing. Before pursuit, their motives were unclear: sabotage, theft, or a deeper plan to destabilize the Council's fragile peace. Determined to uncover the truth, Chen authorized a covert operation. Working with Captain Morrow, they assembled an elite team to track the Shadow Veil's movements. The mission plunged them into the galaxy's darkest corners, regions where lawlessness and ancient grudges festered. Every step closer to the Veil revealed layers of complexity and danger. As the investigation deepened, Chen realized that the threat was not just external. Some within the Council might be aiding the Veil's cause, driven by fear or ambition. The political stakes had never been higher. One evening, as Chen reviewed intelligence data on her flagship, a secure message arrived. The sender was anonymous, but carried a dire warning. Trust no one. The Shadow Veil is closer than you think. The message underscored the growing tension in a galaxy striving for unity. The line between friend and foe blurred. Captain Morrow prepared her fleet for an uncertain future. "We have the power to protect the galaxy," she told her officers, "but only if we stand together. The shadows will test our resolve." Outside, dark matter warships gleamed faintly against the starry void, silent guardians on the edge of a fragile peace, poised for the conflicts yet to come. The galaxy's fragile peace was on the brink. The Shadow Veil, a secretive and deadly faction, had struck again, this time hitting a vital research outpost on the outer rim. The attack was swift and merciless, leaving devastation in its wake, and raising questions about who, or what, was truly behind the Veil's shadowy operations. Ambassador Vera Chen and Captain Alina Morrow convened an emergency meeting aboard the flagship Endeavor. The room hummed with urgency as they reviewed surveillance footage and intelligence reports. "We're dealing with an enemy that understands our technology and tactics," Chen said grimly. "Their precision suggests inside knowledge." Morrow nodded. "They exploit dark matter disruptions to mask their movements. They strike, then vanish before we can respond." Dr. Elias Moreno, standing nearby, added, "Our analysis of the attack vectors indicates someone with expertise in dark matter physics is coordinating these strikes." The revelation sent chills through the assembled leaders. An insider betraying the Council's trust was a threat more dangerous than any external foe. As the Endeavor's sensor arrays scanned for signs of the Shadow Veil, intelligence operatives intercepted encrypted communications from within the Council itself. A hidden faction, opposed to humanity's influence and fearful of the new order, was leaking sensitive information. Ambassador Chen's suspicions grew. "We must root out these traitors and expose the Shadow Veil's leadership." The search led them to a covert meeting place on the desolate moon of Korath. Under the cover of darkness, Morrow's elite strike team prepared to launch a daring raid. The operation was perilous. The Veil's forces were well armed and deeply entrenched. Yet the element of surprise and dark matter technology gave the strike team an edge. They breached the underground compound with precision, moving silently through labyrinthine tunnels. At the heart of the facility, they discovered not just weapons and data caches, but evidence linking the Veil to influential Council members in the command chamber. A figure awaited them, Councillor Narvik, a charismatic but secretive diplomat. Known for his opposition to human expansion, "I am protecting my people," Narvik declared defiantly as he was detained. "Humanity's power threatens to erase our sovereignty. The Veil is a necessary resistance." Chen's voice was cold. A resistance born of fear endangers us all. The galaxy must unite, or it will fall apart. With Narvik's capture, the Council faced a reckoning. A vote to expel the conspirators and increase transparency passed overwhelmingly. Humanity's offer of cooperation, though challenged, gained renewed support. Yet the Shadow Veils network was larger and more complex than anyone had imagined. Many operatives vanished before capture, their plans still unfolding. As the Council tightened security, dark matter warships stood ready to respond to new threats. Joint patrols increased, and trust slowly began to rebuild among the members. Captain Morrow reflected on the cost of peace. "This war is no longer fought only with weapons," she said. "It's a battle for hearts, minds, and unity." Ambassador Chen prepared a message to the galaxy, a call for vigilance and hope. "We have faced darkness and uncertainty," she said, "but together we will forge a future where all species thrive." The shadows had been unmasked, but the path ahead remained uncertain. Humanity's warships gleamed in the void, silent sentinels guarding a galaxy on the edge of transformation. The galaxy breathed a cautious sigh of relief. The Shadow Veils leadership had been exposed, and the covert network that threatened peace had begun to unravel. Yet, the true challenge was just beginning, building a lasting alliance founded on trust, cooperation, and shared destiny. At the Galactic Council's headquarters on Caladros Prime, Ambassador Vera Chen addressed an assembly unlike any before. Representatives from hundreds of species sat side by side, a mosaic of cultures united by a fragile hope. "Our journey has been perilous," Chen began, her voice steady and resolute. "Dark matter technology brought us to a crossroads, one that tested our fears and our faith in one another. But today, we stand together, committed to a future where knowledge and power serve all." Around her, counselors nodded, many visibly moved. The decades of suspicion and rivalry had begun to give way to cautious optimism. Meanwhile, Captain Alina Morrow commanded the flagship Endeavor on a historic joint mission to the Outer Rim. The vessel sailed through the stars alongside allied warships from multiple species, a symbol of unity and strength. Their mission was twofold: to establish new colonies and to secure trade routes that had long been vulnerable to piracy and instability. Using dark matter warships' unique abilities, the fleet moved swiftly, unseen and nearly untouchable, dismantling threats before they could emerge in the sprawling city of New Dawn on Earth. Scientists and engineers worked side by side with their counterparts from across the galaxy. Research centers buzzed with excitement, sharing discoveries and innovations born from the collaboration. Dr. Elias Marino reflected on how far they had come. "This technology is more than a weapon," he said. "It's a bridge connecting species, ideas, and futures once thought impossible." But even as hope blossomed, vigilance remained essential. The galaxy was vast, and new challenges would inevitably arise. Humanity and its allies remained watchful, ready to defend the fragile peace they had forged. Ambassador Chen met privately with leaders of key species, reinforcing the commitment to transparency and cooperation. "We must remember that unity is a continuous effort," she said. "The darkest threats come not only from outside, but from divisions within." The Galactic Council agreed to create permanent joint oversight bodies, training programs, and conflict resolution initiatives. Education about dark matter and its responsible use became a cornerstone of galactic diplomacy. Captain Morrow's fleet stood as guardians of this new era. Their dark matter warships no longer symbols of fear, but of hope, silent, shimmering beacons in the cosmic night as the Endeavor and its allied ships entered a peaceful star system. The crew gazed upon the swirling nebulae, a reminder of the universe's endless mysteries and possibilities. Chen's final message to the galaxy echoed across communication channels, The warships that once shocked the galaxy now stand as pillars of a united future. Together, we will explore, protect, and grow, not as separate species, but as neighbors and partners in the vastness of space. The stars shone brighter that night, illuminating the dawn of a new era, one where humanity's dark matter. Warships were not weapons of war, but vessels of peace, discovery, and hope.